Share the live, share the live, share the live. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We need more than this. What? Why do you always put y'all go live if you want to bother me? It's more like it. It's more like it. This is more like it. Damn it. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We're going to get into these student loans this morning. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. I know people got things to do, places to go, people to see. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. If I look like I'm at a crazy angle, it's because I got like several cameras going at the same time. So please bear with me. For those on TikTok and Instagram, you cannot see the video I'm getting ready to play, but I have posted the videos on my pages before. So I have posted them on my pages before. But I want to talk about student loan repayment plans, options, how it can affect your credit. We know that May 5th, on May 5th, next week, they are going to resume student loan payments. Now, this does not mean that your payment would be on May 5th. As a matter of fact, last Thursday, I owe student loans. I owe like $3,800. And I'm literally trying to get that forgiven. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you about that also. What I did, my cat, every time. She never fails. She never fails. But what I've discovered is that I got in contact with studentaid.gov and I made arrangements to repay my student loans. I made arrangements. Give me a second. Let me get through this first. And I made arrangements to repay my student loans. And my first payment due date is on August 25th of 2025. So I think on May 5th is when they're going to start sending letters out, notifying people if this is how much you owe, this is how much your monthly payment is. But my point that I'm trying to make is get in front of that monthly payment. All right? It's a lot of income-driven repayment plans out there. You don't want them to tell you how much you owe, and then it's outside of your budget, and then you got to backtrack and try to get into one of the income-driven repayment plans. Now, the payment plan I enrolled in is called income-based repayment. What I like about this repayment plan is that the income-based repayment plan is based off your income. And you literally tell them what you make. They don't ask for W-2s. They don't ask for paycheck stubs. They ask you how much you make per hour. Or if you're on salary or commission, they ask you how much do you make. And based off of how much you tell them you make, midnight. Based on how much you tell them you make, she never fails. That's how much your monthly payments are. All right, like I said, I only owe $3,800, and I'm literally trying to get that forgiven, and I'm gonna tell you how. But there are 3 other income-driven repayment plans, and they all kind of operate the same way. It's all based off your income. The difference is some with interest, some without interest. So you just have to know the difference. All right, one is called pay as you earn, and the pay as you earn system says this: we're going to take your monthly income, we're going to subtract the taxes, we're going to subtract all your bills, and then based off what's left, we're going to take 10% of that. So say if you're a person that makes $4,000 a month after taxes, you bring home $3,300. after paying all your bills, the only thing you have left is maybe $500-$600 discretionary. They'll take $50 or $60 of that. That's it. All right. They'll take 56. So the student loan repayment programs, as long as you get in front of them and understand them, you won't find yourself in trouble, because right now it's like 42 to 45 million people with student loans. And unfortunately, a lot of people think if they ignore it, it'll go away. It's not going to go away. You're going to get that notice in the mail, and they're going to tell you how much you owe, as opposed to you saying, okay, let me get in front of this thing. Let me get in front of this, and let me tell them how much I want to pay. You know what I mean? Another one is, and I like this one, it's called Saving on Valuable Education. It's the SAVE program. This is something that's designed for people, I'm going to say, with a lot of dependents. Like, say if you're a single mom, you have student loans, you got tricked into going to CNA school. You know what I mean? You thought that'd be a career. You owe student loans on CNA school or whatever it may be. I'm just joking, whatever it may be. But this is particularly designed for people with a lot of dependents, because they take your family size into the equation of how much you owe. So even though you may have sufficient income, but if you have several dependents, and your dependents could be anybody that's under your roof, or they don't even have to live with you. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be, I take care of my grandparents, I take care of my parents, I take care of my nieces and nephews. So depending on how many dependents you say that you take care of, that's how your monthly payment is calculated. All right. And another one is the income contingency repayment plan. That operates like the one I mentioned before. They go off your family size. So a lot of these repayment plans are not difficult. You know what I'm saying? They just, you have to be proactive. You have to get in front of them. Like I said, I called last Thursday, signed up. My payment plan is cheap. I'm not gonna lie to you, but my debt is low. Only owe $3,800, and I'm trying to get it actually removed, because under the debt forgiveness, and yes, the debt forgiveness do exist. All right, it still exists. However, it's the wording when they say debt forgiveness. It's all in the wording, because a lot of those debt forgiveness programs, you have to make 120 months of on-time payments, which is 10 years, in order to apply for debt forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a teacher, police officer, in the military, so they got a whole bunch of different debt forgiveness programs. However, the catch is you have to make 120 months of on-time payments in order to qualify to even apply for debt forgiveness. Or if you've been paying a student loan for 25 years or more, and you have a small amount left, I want to say if it's less than $17,500, you can apply for debt forgiveness. That's how old my student loan is. Student loan is something that most people would die with, is a student loan. My student loan is about 25 years old. I graduated from the University of Missouri, St. Louis, UMSL, 25 years ago with a bachelor's degree. Since then, I've taken courses, but I haven't went back to school, but I have taken courses. And literally, I've been paying on that debt for 25 years. Granted, I've always paid the lowest amount I could pay. You know what I'm saying? I've always paid the lowest amount I could pay. Like, I've always tried to get into some type of program, even to the point to where it went into collections. Because if you know anything about me in my past, I went to federal prison. Of course, while I was in prison, I couldn't pay no bills. And my student loans, along with a whole bunch of things, went into collections. When I came home, I found out about this program that you can get your student loans out of collections. And the way they operate is, again, it's income driven. You tell them how much income you make. And if you make 6 months payments on time, they literally take it out of collections, like overnight. They take it out of collections and you continue on with your payments. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been doing since I've been home. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I've been doing since I've been home. Only time I stopped paying was during COVID, because the whole world stopped paying. But we know, again, on May 5th, you're going to resume payments. And again, just because it's on May 5th doesn't mean you have a payment due on May 5th. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you have a payment due on May 5th. It means they're going to send out notices, let you know how much you owe, what your balance is, what your monthly payment is. And the point I'm trying to make is get in front of that monthly payment. If you know, I have clients right now that have six-figure student debt right now. I'm talking 6 figures. You know, attorneys, doctors, engineers, they have 6-figure student debt. And by me doing their credit, I could see what their monthly payments used to be. And we're talking $1,200, $1,300, $1,500 a month, monthly payments. Who's to say since COVID that they can still afford that? So the best thing for them to do, and I've advised all of them, is to get in front of the payment. You know what I'm saying? Get in contact with studentaid.gov and figure out which one of those repayment plans are best for you. And again, I went with the income-based repayment plan because, again, the income-based repayment plan is based off what you tell them. No paycheck stubs, no W-2s. It's based off what you tell them you make. That's why I loved it. That's why I stuck with it. But there are other programs that you can get involved in that you can bring those payments down significantly low. Significantly low. I'm talking about, you know, lower than some of the weed y'all smoke every month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about significantly low, but you have to get in front of it. You know what I'm saying? You have to get in front of it. Don't let them tell you what you owe. You tell them what you can afford. All right, now how would this affect your credit? It used to be a time, first of all, student loans don't go anywhere. You can't challenge them off a credit report. You can't hide them. You can't challenge them. The only way you can remove a student loan on a credit report if it's actual identity theft, which I have 2 cases like that right now as we speak. I have a young man that did a significant time in prison. And unfortunately, one of his family members co-signed on a lot of student aid documents to where he come home and he $180,000, $190,000 in student loan debt. He's been gone for a significant amount of time. So we were able to prove that it was identity theft. And in the process of getting things removed, like some of those student loan agencies are so difficult to get in contact with, especially if you got somebody like a Mohila, they are difficult to get in contact with, very difficult. So you really got to get in front of them. And that's what we have, Mohila. Like, they even have a corporate office here in St. Louis that I took the documents to, and literally no one could go in the building because they would get so bombarded with people to where they decided just let the employees in, lock the front door, leave a note, leave a mail at the front door. You cannot come to the building and talk to anyone. I thought that was just so disrespectful, but it is what it is. Mine is through Ed Financial. I have no issues getting in contact with Ed Financial. I even spoke to them to verify what I was getting from studentaid.gov, and they verified everything. They verified what I owe, how much I owe, my new monthly payment, everything. It was smooth. And what I'm talking about today, my daughter and I are going to do hers tomorrow because, unfortunately, my daughter is one of those ones that have a 6-figure student loan debt. So she got a bachelor's from Southeast Missouri. She got her master's from Maryville University. Very proud of her, but my daughter's close to $200,000 in debt. So unless she could find, not that she could find a job, if she could create an entrepreneurship for herself, create her own pathway, create her own job to pay that debt off, she gonna probably live and die with that debt. $200,000. But we're gonna do her tomorrow, and hopefully based off her income, because she's a school teacher. School teachers don't make a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do the same thing I did for myself. I'm going to do for my daughter tomorrow. We're going to do the income-based repayment. And I think prior to COVID, my daughter was paying like $1,100 a month on her student loans. I mean, she was working, doing Uber, DoorDash. I mean, she was doing it all just to pay her student loan because she didn't want to go into mess her credit up. But yeah, we're going to do the same thing for her tomorrow. So now, student loan and your credit. Again, you cannot erase student loans off of credit report unless it was absolute identity theft and you can prove it was identity theft. So don't let none of these guys out here trick you. Hey, man, I could take that off for X amount of dollars. Give me this. I could take that off your credit report. No. Sorry. Oh, allergies. They can't. They cannot remove a student loan from your credit report unless they could prove it's absolute identity theft. And I mean prove it for real, not no false police reports, no false affidavit. Don't go to identitytheft.gov and file out. It's only going to get you in trouble. It's going to get you in trouble. It's going to get you in jail. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody put you in that type of trick bag. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody put you in that kind of trick bag, because I guarantee you in the next couple of weeks, you're going to have all these guys pop up saying they can remove student loans, and they can't. Unless it's a true case of identity theft, because they're going to investigate. You know what I'm saying? They're going to actually, you're not saying, you know, we're not talking about a Macy's credit card. We're talking about a student loan. We're talking about the feds. They are going to investigate, and I know they're going to investigate because my clients right now who have filed for identity theft on their student loans, literally sending them documents to fill out this, fill out that. Like, they take it pretty serious. And unfortunately for their family members who did this to them, you know, they're going to probably go to jail. They definitely going to lose the degree. The degree's coming back. The degrees are coming back. One of them right now are trying to contact him to try to work something out with him. But it's like, man, $180,000 in student loan debt. Been going all them years you did them like that. And now you want to work something out. Credit ruin. Ain't nothing to work out. You shouldn't have done it. It is what it is. So how's it going to affect your credit is this. Normally with most creditors, you have a 30-day late, 60-day late, 90-day late, or 120 late, and then it goes to the collection company. Well, the different student loan agencies operate as their own financial companies, their own collection company. Like, they don't have to send anything out to collections. Like, they do collections in-house. And in this case, the federal government is acting as the collection agency. Like, you got to be watching the interviews. I mean, even Trump told you himself, we coming for the payments. You know what I'm saying? We doing garnishments. We garnishing your wages. We taking your income tax returns. You know, they are very serious about getting that money back. It's 42 to 45 million people with student loans. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, Biden lied to us. Not to get political, but he lied to us about the whole student loan forgiveness. That's how he actually won the election, because everybody was like, "Oh, I ain't got to pay student loans no more. I'm gonna vote for him," and he couldn't do it. You know, he lied to us. He knew he couldn't do it when he said he could do it. But I mean, imagine going to work one day because you didn't get in front of this thing. Imagine going to work and 25% of your gross, not your net, 25% of your gross is missing off your check. You got children, you got car notes, you got bills. But they take 25% of your gross. God forbid if you already pay child support. And they get your check garnished, because they're going to do it. Now, the difference is this. They're not waiting 120 days to do it. When they send that notice out, if that payment is not made in 31 days, they're coming after you. They don't even care no more. It's in collections. Ain't nothing to work out. And that's another thing you got to understand. Once it goes to collections, it's on death row. It's on death row. Once it goes to collections, your student loan is on death row. Ain't no negotiating. Because they have been telling you for months this is coming. Almost every day on the news, I hear about it. May 5th, May 5th, May 5th. It's like they are warning us, and they're telling us what they're going to do. If you don't pay us, we are going to garnish your wages. We're going to take your passport. You will not leave this country on vacation and you owe us money. We're going to take your passport. We're going to take your income tax returns. All because you didn't get in front of this thing and signed up for one of these income-based repayment plans. I know people paying $60 a month. Literally. I know people paying $60 a month. Because remember, one program is based off the discretionary income you have left after your bills. So if your discretionary income after you pay all your bills that you tell them you pay, remember that. Let's say you got $600 left at the end of the month. They only take 10% of it. 10% of it. We're talking $60 a month. $60 a month. That's not worth you getting on the phone or getting online. And if you got a student loan, let me get in front of this thing. Let me take 20, 30 minutes of my day. And you could call and ask them about the different programs. You ain't got to figure it out. They'll figure it out for you. You don't have to figure it out. They'll figure it out for you. You just tell them what you make, what you can afford to pay. And it's that simple. Studentaid.gov. I did it. I actually posted a video on my Facebook, and I'm going to post it on Instagram and TikTok as soon as I hang up. But I did it. I did it. It was simple. I mean, it was so simple. Easy. But I know come next week, the phone line's going to be flooded. People going to probably have an hour wait, 2 hour wait, because they're going to wait till the last minute to do it. And I'm letting you know, you don't have to be one of the people waiting to the last minute to do it. If you have a student loan, get in front of me right now, man. They have repayment options out there that are so easy, so simple. I don't know. A lot of people are saying, like, well, especially the Democrats, and again, I'm not trying to be political, but the Democrats were like, oh, America's already hurt, and now you finna make them start back paying student loans. Man, we're talking about you could be paying back less than $100 a month. That's more than people. That's less than you going to the club on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to get your priorities together. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get your priorities together. But I should smoke cigarettes. I should smoke 3 packs a day. A day. A day. 4 days with $100 a month. That's my payment. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to figure out what's more important to you. You got to figure out your priorities. Because again, don't go for these scare tactics. They're going to hurt the American people paying back these student loans, and it's going to crush these. No, it's not. No, it's not. They're making it easy. They're making it easy. Because one thing about student loans, you're going to always have them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my student loan 25 years. You're going to always have student loans. Always. You know what I'm saying? I've had mine for 25 years. 25. So whether I pay $350 a month or if I pay $35 a month, I'm going to pay. I'd rather pay the $35 a month as opposed to the $350. I'd rather pay the $35 because that's what's going to happen if you don't get in front of this thing. Based off what you owe, they're going to calculate for you. Like they do your taxes, all right? Pardon me. Say you don't pay taxes for a couple of years. You're still working. Sometimes the federal government will send you a bill. It would say, oh, well, you haven't paid us, so we assume this is how much you owe us because you haven't paid us. You haven't filed. So we assume this is how much you owe us. And it's going to be a big balloon payment. So, again, imagine based off of your income right now, could you afford to pay $350, $450, $550 a month student loan payment as opposed to I could pay $75 a month? Because it could literally be that low. It just, again, based off your income. You know what I'm saying? The income that you tell them you make. You tell them how much your income is. Literally tell them how much your income is. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this helps some people out. I'm not hard to find. All my links are in my bio. If anybody want to talk further about this, hit my link. This is what I love to do. I love sharing information. I'm not a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? I have several people that I've met through social media that, I kind of, mentorship for nothing. I don't charge. You know what I'm saying? That's your success is my success. So, yeah, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be coming on here a lot more. I've been under the weather, man. It's allergies. But I'll be coming on here a lot more and sharing any information I can. But I'm going to try to at least come on here daily and at least talk about, credit and credit methods. And tomorrow I want to talk about the CFPB. It was closed down for a while. And if you don't know, the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Board, they are the ones that wrote the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This is all credit bureaus have to abide by this book, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You know, they do a lot of slick stuff, and you know, you can't even talk to anybody in a credit bureau that's in America anymore. Like they're all overseas in the Philippines, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But I really truly believe that the Trump administration is going to bring them back to American soil. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. I think Elon Musk is going to force them because they were shut down for a while. They were shut down. We say in a little over 60 years, it's going to be an experience, y'all. True that. You're absolutely right. But I think Elon Musk is going to bring this agency back on American soil because right now, man, it's like when you call, you know, a lot of these agencies, they're not even in the U.S. When you call the credit bureaus, they're not in the U.S. I honestly believe that they're going to try to force a lot of them to come back to the U.S. Because they make billions and billions of dollars, and they're private agencies. You know what I'm saying? They're private companies. You know, you can actually go on the stock market exchange and buy, you know, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, you know, Nexus, all of them. They're all privately owned billion-dollar companies. But I really truly believe from what I'm saying and hearing that they're going to force them to get back on American soil and deal with American people because right now what they're doing is it's so wrong. Like I'm gonna talk about getaway. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. My cat just jumped up on the table. I'll tell you, man, she's something else. So I'll see you guys tomorrow about the same time. I hope I didn't keep you long. I appreciate everyone that came through. And again, if you need any information on anything that I know I have, please feel free to reach out to me. Let's make it happen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you tomorrow. One day.